Welcome to this little video about civil engineering, what is it and how I became a civil engineer.
Hi, my name's Kate Castle and I'm a civil engineer. In my current role I work as the Bridge Programme Manager for the Rochester Bridge Trust. Now, first up, what is an engineer? Well, we see problems and we try and find solutions. We ask a lot of questions like the what, the why and the how. We like to brainstorm, we do research, we're creative, we like to test our designs and we like to communicate our ideas. A bit more specifically though, I said I was a civil engineer, so what does that actually mean? Well, civil engineers, we make your day. For example, water treatment plants which pipe fresh water to the taps at your house or your school. We design and build blocks of flats, power stations, schools, hospitals, roads, infrastructure like rail and bridges and tunnels. All of that jazz is civil engineering. Hi, so this is a quick bit out on site. These are the bridges here behind me. As you can hear, lots of beeping and the noise in the background. I do apologise. This is a live site at the moment. I'm taking this video from high up here on Rochester Castle. Now, here at the Trust, I work in a small team and we're responsible for the 3 bridges over the Medway here. The one at the front here, we call that the Old Bridge. That goes from Rochester Strood. Quite noisy. The one in the other direction is called the New Bridge, and that was built in the 1970s. And we also have a service bridge between the 2 of them. So that's things like your fibre optic cables, your gas, your sewer, everything else goes through that service bridge. Now the Trust itself has been here operating and looking after these crossings for over 600 years. And our sole purpose is to look after these bridges, which is a bit crazy when you think about it. That's our whole reason for being. Definitely an interesting job, definitely a noisy job sometimes. Now at the moment we're undergoing this major refurbishment. We've been working below decks under here. It's been interesting because the river is tidal, so that can be a little bit fun sometimes. You have to work with the tides rather than against them, you just have to wait sometimes. But more specifically, how did I get here? At school, I loved maths and physics, and I toyed with the idea of doing physics at university. I wanted to do something that had more of a practical outcome, and that's one thing you really get from civil engineering. You definitely see the results of your hard work. I opted for maths, physics and design technology at A level, and after much research and some practical experience, it was my enjoyment of calculations and surveying, which meant that I opted for civil engineering as a future career choice. I went to university and got a degree in civil engineering. You can do them with add-ons like language, for example. And then I started out in traffic and highways in the early days of my career. I was fascinated how something had to be built to standard, but yet also had to kind of influence the mind of the road user in the space that you were designing. I've worked on some brilliant schemes over the years and also some random projects as well. Westminster Bridge scour repair was pretty impressive. London Gateway ports as well, that was a good job with lots of destruction of old highway structures and some new stuff being built. And I have done road safety work from the Highlands of Scotland to the deserts of the Middle East in Abu Dhabi. So it's been a varied career. Now, later when I became a project manager, so not only designing, but also having to manage other engineers doing the designing too. But there are many different things you can do in civil engineering. You can say purely technical, and you can specialise. You could say, for example, specialise in bridges, or how about ports in the marine environment? How about designing roller coasters, football stadiums, airports, hydropower stations, offshore wind farms? The potential and type of projects you should be involved in are wide and varied. And with the way the world is at the moment, with the global pandemic, climate change, we need civil engineers more than ever. We have to keep pushing the boundaries into more sustainable projects, reusing and recycling material and accounting for the carbon that our industry uses. So thank you for listening for this really short video. I hope it was interesting in some context, and everyone stay safe. Bye.
And if you are still awake after all of that and you're interested enough to follow it up as a potential idea, there's more information on the Institution of Civil Engineers website. If you're thinking about more general terms of engineering, there are sites for all disciplines, i.e. mechanical, chemical engineering and more.